What if I told you that the universe isn't a collection of solid, static objects, but a shimmering symphony of energy? A place where nothing truly rests, and everything is in a constant state of motion. This isn't just some New Age idea, it's a reality that's shaking the very foundations of our understanding. Modern quantum physics has pulled back the curtain on the material world, and what it's found is astonishing. It turns out that the atoms that make up everything around us, the chair you're sitting on, the device you're watching this on, even your own body, are 99.9% empty space. And what fills that space? Fluctuating waves of energy, all vibrating at their own unique frequencies. This fundamental truth is the engine behind a concept many of you have heard of: the law of attraction. But there's a huge misconception about it. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It doesn't respond to your desperate desires or your wish lists. It gives you what you are. It mirrors the frequency you are vibrating at. Think of it like this. It's a principle called sympathetic resonance. Imagine a room full of tuning forks. If you strike a tuning fork tuned to the note C, something magical happens. Every other C fork in that room will begin to hum, vibrating in perfect unison without anyone touching them. They resonate with each other because they share the same frequency. Now, apply that to your life. If your internal state, your dominant thoughts and feelings, are constantly tuned to the frequency of lack, fear, or not enough, what do you think you're calling into your experience? You're becoming a vibrational match for circumstances that reflect that very void. You inadvertently become a magnet for more lack, more fear, more of what you don't want. So, how do you change your reality? It's not about working harder or pushing against the world. It's about changing your tune. You have to transmute your internal frequency to match the reality you wish to create. You must embody the feeling of fulfillment, of success, of love, before it ever shows up in your physical world. You have to become the tuning fork for the life you desire. This isn't a modern discovery. This profound wisdom is a golden thread woven through the fabric of ancient spiritual and mystical traditions all over the world. The Vedic scriptures of ancient India speak of Nada Brahma, the world as sound. They teach that the sacred primordial vibration of Om is the source of all creation, and that our individual souls must harmonize with this universal soul to find peace. Look at the Christian New Testament. It begins with the powerful declaration, "In the beginning was the Word." This signifies that creation itself was a vibrational event, a sound, a frequency. And what about the famous instruction in Mark 11:24? "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This isn't just about wishful thinking. It's a direct metaphysical command to match the frequency of the received state in the present moment. Feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled now. This same truth echoes in the Buddhist Dhammapada, which asserts that we are the result of our thoughts. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world, and it's the core of the Hermetic teachings of ancient Egypt, summed up in the timeless axiom: as above, so below, as within, so without. All these ancient texts are pointing to the same revolutionary idea. Our external environment is simply a holographic projection of our internal vibrational signature. Our outer world is a mirror of our inner world. This makes refining our own thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, the refinement of the soul, the most practical and powerful thing we can ever do. Let me tell you a story to make this crystal clear. Imagine two architects, Silas and Julian. Both were talented, both were hard-working. But their inner worlds, their vibrational set points, were worlds apart. Silas worked with a feverish, almost desperate energy. He was driven by a deep-seated fear of poverty, a constant feeling of not enough. He was always comparing himself to others, always in competition. Because his foundational vibration was one of lack and scarcity, his entire career was a struggle. His projects were plagued by setbacks and instability, and any wealth he managed to acquire felt fleeting, always on the verge of disappearing. He was working hard, but he was broadcasting a frequency of struggle. Then there was Julian. Julian approached his work from a completely different place. His dominant frequency was one of contribution and gratitude. He didn't focus on what he could get, he focused on what he could give. He would mentally walk through the homes he designed, long before the first stone was laid, imagining the joy, laughter, and love of the families who would live there. He felt the fulfillment of his work in his bones. Julian didn't chase success, he became a magnet for it. His high-frequency state of abundance and joy acted like a powerful gravitational force, pulling ideal clients, perfect opportunities, and effortless flow toward him. His story shows us that the universe isn't some cosmic judge giving out rewards and punishments. It's a neutral mirror, simply and perfectly reflecting our own energetic output. So, what does this mean for you, right now? It means you have the power to claim your spiritual sovereignty. It means shifting from the perspective of a victim, where life happens to you, to the perspective of a conscious creator, where life happens through you. If you want to change the music of your life, you have to stop fighting with the external speakers. You can't change the song by shouting at the radio. You have to go to the source and change the internal dial. How do you do this? First, by conducting a rigorous audit of your inner world. What are the thoughts you play on repeat? What is your constant inner monologue? Are you broadcasting a song of joy or a dirge of despair? Second, you practice the as-if principle. This is a somatic, full-body practice. You don't just think about being the person you want to become. You walk like them, you breathe like them, you make decisions like them. You embody their energy in the here and now. You are not faking it till you make it. You are being it until you see it. And finally, you must consistently cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is not just a polite thing to say, it is arguably the highest, most powerful frequency available to the human heart. When you are truly grateful, it's impossible to feel fear or lack. Gratitude is the master key that tunes your entire being to the frequency of abundance. By purifying our thoughts, elevating our emotional baseline, and living in a state of gratitude, we stop being at the mercy of external chance. We step into our power. We realize that the world, the universe, has no choice but to reorganize itself around the new, higher frequency we have consciously chosen to embody. Because when you truly change who you are on a vibrational level, you inevitably and magically change what you see. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content to help you create your best life.